السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه والتابعين وتابعيهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, today it is Monday, the 16th of Dhul-Q'adah 1447, matching the 4th of May 2026. This is session number 9, going through this book, الثلث الأخير, the last third, فقه آخر العمر, understanding the last part of the lifespan. And today's topic is العادات السيئة, bad habits, bad habits. He says, خاسر من يظن أنه سيفوز في سباقه من رفاقه في مضمار الحياة. He is someone who is a loser, خاسر. The one who thinks he will win in his race. In his race, من رفاقه. من, I think here, maybe a printing mistake, it should be مع رفاقه or سباقه بينه وبين رفاقه أو لرفاقه. Right? So he's in competition with his colleagues. And he thinks he will win in the racetrack midmar, in the racetrack of life. While he thinks that he's going to win, he's going to outrace others, while he is مكبل القدمين موثق الرجلين مغمض العينين, while his feet are chained or fettered or cuffed. موثق الرجلين, when his feet are tied up or his legs are tied up or shackled, and his two eyes are closed. مغمض العينين. So he thinks he's gonna win the race when his feet are chained and his eyes are closed. تعثر خطواته أو خطواته تعثر خطواته في أصفاده. His steps are messed up. He's tripping. تعثر is to trip. تعثر أو تتعثر. Usually تتعثر. تعثر خطواته في أصفاده. His steps are, the steps that he's making, he's tripping in those steps because he is in his asfad, his chains, his shackles. وترى المجرمين يومئذ مقرنين في الأصفاد. أصفاد, chains or yokes or the fetters, the likes, يعني things that will chain, يعني it will stop you, prevent you from moving. You're tied up. وتكبو أقدامه في أغلاله. His feet are also تكبو, يعني slipping and tripping in his أغلال. Again, أغلال is fetters and chains and yokes and like that. And in Arabic, you have those different. He's saying the same thing, but different sentences now. وهذا حال. So the one who is thinking like this, he is خاسر. خاسر. خاسر is the one who loses, the one who is lost, and the winner, the opposite, ناجح أو فالح أو مفلح. So he is a loser. He thinks he's gonna win when he is being held back. He has many things that are tying him down, making him lag behind from the others, and yet he thinks he's gonna win the race with his colleagues in the racetrack of this life. So what are these chains and yokes and fetters and ropes that bound you and tie you up. What are these cuffs? Handcuffs and cuffs for the feet. He said, هذا حال من لديه عادات ذميمة. This is the condition of the one who has bad habits, dispraiseworthy habits, وصفات سيئة, and also evil qualities. تحول بينه وبين مدارج النجاح. Those bad habits, they serve to be a barrier between him and the steps, مدارج. You know مدارج السالكين, right? We translate as stations or levels, and right. So you step and then you take another step up and then another step up, like a stairway or a staircase. You are rising up every time. You go from one station to another because the lower step is number one. Then number two, number three, you reach 10 or 20, you go up high. Otherwise, you stay in the bottom, right? So he says, these bad habits and bad qualities, they prevent him from rising up on those steps that will lead him to higher stations. بين مدارج النجاح. بينه وبين, they will serve as a barrier between him and the stations, the different levels of success النجاح. وتمنعه من الرقي في مقامات الكمال. They prevent him from rising up to the stations of perfection, of human perfection. وتحول بينه وبين أهدافه الكبرى وأحلامه العظمى. They also serve as a barrier between him and his big goals. أهداف, the big goals. وأحلامه العظمى, and his great dreams. فالعادات السيئة, for the bad habits, تمنع صاحبها من نهضة التغيير ومتعة التطوير. They prevent the one who has them, those bad habits, they will prevent the one who has him from the nahda. Nahda is when you rise up, right? When you are revived and resurrected again. Yani to do change, renaissance, if you will. Right? They will prevent him from the renaissance from rising up to the station of at-taghyir, right? Change, bringing about change. And mut'at at-tatwir, they will prevent him from the joy of developing oneself, right? Rising up in the levels of success. لأنها ستقول له, because his soul now, those bad habits, what will they do to him? Those bad habits will say to him, لا فائدة من المحاولة. There is no benefit in you trying. ولا داعي للاجتهاد. There is no need for you. There is nothing calling you to strive and work hard. ولا أمل في النهوض. There is no hope in rising up, in revival, in renaissance. ولا جدوى من التغيير. You know what? The change is just pointless. There is no point. لا جدوى. No point in changing your status quo. That is bad and behind. Just stay where you are. فيسكت طبع العادة في داخله كل صوت يدعوه للنهوض من جديد. The nature of the habit, the custom that has taken over him, it will silence within himself, it will silence every sound, every voice that is inviting him to rise up again, to revive himself. وكل نداء يستحثه للتخلص من أعباء الماضي ورواسب الجاهلية. They will also silence every summon, every call that is encouraging him, inciting him, يستحثه, inciting him to get rid of the burdens of the past and the precipitations of the ignorance of the religion. Al-Jahiliyyah. Rawasib. You see, when you have water, you mix it with oil. After a while, what happens to the oil? Where does it go? Up or down? down. That's called rasib, precipitate, something that precipitates, and the plural rawasib, right? So what happens when you have jahiliyyah? The person has jahiliyyah, ignorant, un-Islamic ideology and thinking, and they live within him for a while. They remain, somehow. That's what he means by the precipitation here. They are layered there somewhere within his mind and within his thinking. So he doesn't wanna change. He should be changing, but he doesn't want, because he's so accustomed to what he was doing, to a point that every time you have a nafs al-lawwama, the blaming soul. Every time that you need to stop this, change your life. Come on, how long you're gonna stay like this and doing those bad things and having? He doesn't want to hear that. Every time this comes, this voice, the nature, the habits that he got accustomed to so much, used to, they silence every voice that's calling him to change. Just remain the way you are, because those voices are calling him to get rid of the burdens, the burdens of the past, and the precipitations of the ignorance of Islam, right? وهنا تكمن أهمية المحاسبة للنفس. Here, there resides the importance of muhasaba, for the self, accountability for the self, right? Muhasaba, holding yourself accountable. Here, it shows the importance of holding oneself accountable. When someone is like this, he's against the voices calling him to be better, then he has to really hold himself accountable now. It's very important to do that. وَالْمُجَاهَدَةِ لِلْهَوَى. It is very important to strive against the desires. وَالْمُقَاوَمَةِ لِلْكَسَلِ. And to fight against laziness. وَالْمُدَافَعَةِ لِتَلْبِيسِ إِبْلِيسِ. You have to fight to repel, right? Dafa'a is to push. Dafa'a is when everyone is trying to do that, and it's used for defending, right? يدافع. Allah يدافع عن الذين آمنوا. Mudafa'a is the act of, he pushes and you push and you fight and he fights. You have to be in a constant fight with talbis iblis, the devil's deception, the deception of iblis. Yani talbis iblis is a title of a well-known book by Imam Ibn al-Jawzi, Abu al-Faraj Ibn al-Jawzi. And Sheikh Dr. Bilal Phillips, he translated a piece of it, and he called it the devil's deception. Right? It's printed long time ago. And Sheikh Bilal Phillips is one of the early pioneers of writers and translators into English. Right? Hafidhullah is still ongoing. Hasn't come for a while now, but still continuing his work. So the importance of fighting with the devil's deception. وَالْمُمَانَعَةِ مِنَ الرِّضَى بِالْوَاقِعِ. You have to be in opposition, right? You have to stop yourself from الرضا بالواقع, accepting just what's happening. You're accepting your status quo. You should fight against that. وَالْمُوَاجَهَةِ لِقُيُودِ الْعَادَةِ. It's very important. Shows the importance of muwajaha. Muwajaha is when the face, wajh, is in front of the wajh. But what it means here, you face it, yani you confront. Right? You have to confront the quyud. Quyud again is the cuffs or whatever that ties you up of the habit. You should not allow your habit and your custom to tie you up. You have to fight those habits that are tying you up. He says it's very important. وَمَا آفَةُ الْمُنْهَزِمِ, the problem with the one who's defeated is nothing but إلا رضاه بها وتقبله لها. The problem with the one who is defeated is nothing but him being satisfied with it and him accepting it. Accepting those, you are tied up and you are accepting those shackles. You're pleased with them. خلاص, I don't wanna do any effort to change. I'm just, that's the one who's defeated. That's his problem. He doesn't want to change. Then he says, put the way he presented it. He says, فمن عاش بين الفرث والدم لم تزعجه رائحة النتن. The one who actually lives between filth and blood, right? The one who actually lives between. Al-farth is the waste, the dung, the feces, right? And blood. The one, so they say sometimes they use bowels and blood, the translation. And the ayah in Surah An-Nahl, من بين فرث ودم لبنا خالصا سائغا للشاربين. It's an amazing thing that between this animal feces and the blood, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings forth what? The milk. That's amazing. But he's using now this, that the one who constantly lives between filth and blood, he's not going to be bothered by the smell of stink. رائحة النتن. He's accustomed to his bad habits. He lives in there forever. So he's not bothered by when it stinks, he doesn't bother. Right? Those bad habits, they are filth. They are najis, or things that are filthy. You need to get out of that. He says, وَمَنْ أَلِفَ مُعَانَقَةَ الْوِسَادَةِ فَتَتْهُ بَهْجَةُ الْحُصُولِ عَلَى الرِّيَادَةِ وَالْوُصُولِ إِلَى السَّعَادَةِ. The one who is alifa, he gets along, he's so much attached to ulfa. You have the hadith, al-mu'min ya'laf wa yu'laf. The believer, he gets along with others and others get along with him. وَلَا خَيْرَ فِي مَنْ لَا يَأْلَفْ وَلَا يُؤْلَفْ. There's nothing good at all in the one who does not get along with others and others don't get along with him. That's a big problem. So al-ulfa, between the brothers, that's where the word alifa. But this guy here, he's talking about what is it that he's so much getting along with, so much used to and infatuated with, so friendly with? معانقة الوسادة, hugging, معانقة, hugging and embracing the pillow. Al-wisada is the pillow. Right? He's so much used to hugging the pillow. He's used to sleeping. So the one who's like that, he will miss out on the delight of achieving the positions of the pioneer, al-riyada. Ra'id is the pioneer, the one who's in the forefront. Right? Al-riyada is the act, the name of the act, to be pioneering others. So if you are so much used to hugging and embracing the bed and the pillow, you will never achieve the happiness and the delight of achieving the position where you pioneer others and when you wusul ila السعادة, achieving and reaching happiness. وللفجر نور وهاج لا يعرفه من اعتاد الرقاد. dawn, the break of dawn, Fajr, has a light that is wahaj, so illuminating. وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا وَهَّاجًا, right? Shams, the sun, and the sun rays and the beams, يعني so strong, huh? So glittering, so illuminating, so strong, so much lighting. لا يعرفه من اعتاد الرقاد. That sun light, strong sunlight, the one who is got used to sleeping, he will never recognize it. Those يعني, they stay up till 3 or 4 or 5 and then they go to sleep. والعياذ بالله, they don't pray Fajr, they don't know what Fajr looks like or the sunrise looks like. They just stay night owls, يعني, they stay at night, whatever bad things they are doing, then they go to sleep. They never see the sunlight. وللشغف ألق فاخر لا يراه من نظره محبوس تحت قدمه. الشغف, when you are so interested and so infatuated. The story of Yusuf. امرأة العزيز تراود فتاها عن نفسه قد شغفها حبا. Right? He has taken over her heart. Right? So she loves him so much to a point she's so interested and so infatuated. That's the shaghaf. Here he's talking about infatuation and so being so much in love for what? For success, for changing, for being in the forefront, being a pioneer. That shaghaf, that interest in going forward, it has alaq. It has elegance. Fakhir, so exquisite elegance. That interest in, leadership and going ahead, being, on top of things, as opposed to, getting stuck with your bad habits and bad qualities. That interest and love for becoming better, it has exquisite elegance. The one who is jailed, mahbus, right? The one whose looks, nazar, his eyesight is actually imprisoned under his feet, right? So he doesn't look beyond his feet. He doesn't look up, and he doesn't look up to the future and changing, and his eyes are tied up to, he just looks at his feet. So if he's like this, he will never sense that great elegance of, moving ahead and being a pioneer, right? وللنجاح طعم فخم لا يذوقه سقيم الفم عديم الفهم. Najah, success, has a taste that is fakhm, so great, cannot be tasted by the one who is sick in his mouth. He has sickness in his mouth and he is lacking understanding. Adim al-fahm, he doesn't understand. Then he puts a line of poetry that is so famous by the Al-Mutanabbi, the poet. He says, ومن يك ذا فم مر مريض يجد مرا به الماء الزلالا. He says, the one who has a mouth that is a bitter mouth, that is a sick mouth, and he has a sickness, so everything he drinks, even is so sweet, he will find it bitter. Why? It's no problem with the drink. The problem is in the mouth. What happens to him? He will find to be bitter al-ma' az-zulal, the pure fresh water. He will find out it tastes bitter. There's no problem in the water. The problem is in the mouth. So the same thing with this person who doesn't want to change his bad habits, so accustomed, so used to them. He want to stay like he is. He doesn't want to improve. He doesn't want to work hard to change. Therefore, even things that have an amazing taste, he will not be able to taste this amazing taste, this good taste, because he's corrupt already. He said, البيت الجديد لا يؤسس فوق عيوب القواعد القديمة. The new house, it will not be established, will not be based above the flaws of the old foundations. So, what they do, if they rebuild, if they found the foundation is good, they build on it. If it's bad, they fix where the problem is. They have to fix it. Because if you build on foundations that are bad, crooked, or not straight, or the new building will be the same. Will have the same old problems. So the new home cannot be established above the deficiencies of the old foundations. وتصحيح المستقبل لا يتناسب مع الاعتياد على أخطاء الماضي. Correcting the future is not fit with being accustomed to the mistakes of the past. If you are accustomed and you want your old mistakes to continue, how can you correct your future? ومشروع الحياة القادمة يحتاج إلى التخلي عن العادات السيئة. The project of the coming life needs getting rid of the bad habits. والتحلي بالشجاعة, and to adorn oneself with bravery, with courageousness. You have to be courageous, you have to be brave. للتخلص منها, to get rid of those bad habits. والنأي بالنفس عنها, and to distance yourself away from those bad habits. He said, ولا عيب إلا في الرضا بالعيب. There is no problem, actually. There is no deficiency except in one being pleased with deficiency. There's nothing wrong except with one accepting what is wrong. Because even if you did something wrong, when you accept that it is wrong and you want to correct it, you accept to correct it, that wrong is just wrong, happened, but it's corrected. But when you accept it and you are pleased with what is wrong and what is deficient, that there is nothing wrong except that. Just accommodating what is wrong and leaving it, just go on with it, being accustomed with it, even being angry with those who want you to change this, right? That's the real problem. That's the real deficiency. There's nothing wrong except accepting what is wrong. خطوة التصحيح تبدأ بأهمية الصدق مع النفس. The step towards correction starts with the importance of being true with oneself. To be truthful with your own self, to face it, be transparent with your own self. والحرص على كشف الحساب, and being so careful to have the account, كشف. The statement is there, your account statement. Like you look at your statement, those different things that you have done. Same thing with your habits. You have that account of habits in front of you, right? You look at it. مع السلوك والنظر بعين المحقق المدقق. Along with the behavior or behaving yourself, and in a way looking into this hisab, the account, the statement of your habits, right? Looking into that with the eye of one who is trying to محقق, مدقق, trying to verify, trying to scrutinize, trying to be sharp in finding out في حقيقة الطباع والأطماع. In the reality of your habits, طباع, customs, والأطماع, and the greeds that you have. لمعرفة وجوه النقص, so that you will know the aspects of deficiency, ومكامن الخلل, where the wrong lies, ومواطن الزلل, the places of mistakes that need to be corrected. So you have those like bad habits in like a statement, like your bank statement, and you look at them and you look deeply, like you look into your bank statement, you look deeply into those different habits and different, greeds and desires that you have, right? So you can tell where you are deficient, there is a problem, so that you will fix it. والقيام بنهضة شاملة في كل جوانب الحياة, and to initiate a rise, نهضة, a renaissance, that is all inclusive, covers all, في كل جوانب الحياة, covers all the aspects of life, مع أهمية التضرع والدعاء والاستشارة للمحبين. This is alongside the importance of تضرع, imploring Allah, right? يعني دعاء, but dua that is so close, invocation, and dua, supplication, and الاستشارة, consulting للمحبين, consulting with those who are محبين صادقين, those who truly love you. You consult with them also. وأحيانا you may also need for this, يعني uprising against your own self, in a way that you are bringing correction and renaissance, changing yourself, reviving, bringing revival. Sometimes not only listening to those who are true lovers for you. He says وأحيانا, and sometimes you have to listen to الإصغاء لنقد الحاسدين الحاقدين. Right? Sometimes you need to pay attention and listen to the critique, the criticism of those who envy you, those who hate you. حاسدين الحاقدين. Sometimes those who hate you, your enemies, they can easily find your mistakes, because the true lovers, they may advise you, but sometimes because they love you, they overlook and skip some things. وعين الرضا عن كل عيب كليلة كما أن عين السخط تبدي المساوية. Says عين الرضا, when you look at someone with the eye of pleasure and satisfaction, you are pleased with them, you like them. عن كل عيب كليلة, the eye becomes weak from seeing the flaw and the deficiency. On the other hand, كما أن عين السخط, but the eye of displeasure, تبدي المساوية, reveals the bad things. Why? Because they're looking with the intention of criticizing. So sometimes you need to listen to the advisors or critics, those who criticize you, even if they envy you or hate you. Sometimes you will know your mistakes through them. Subhanallah, they say, I think we did this a few times before, تهذيب موعظة المؤمنين by Imam Jamal al-Din al-Qasimi. How to change yourself? How can I change myself? He said the first thing is you find a real scholar who is knowledgeable of Allah, and he will advise you. Right? Then he said, if there is someone like this, tell me about him so I can go to him. Because they don't, long time ago, they don't exist. If you find one, tell me so I will go and ask for him to fix me up. The second is صديق صدوق, a very true friend who will see what you are upon and he will advise you. Also, if you find him, tell me about him, so I will go to him. The third one is this: the enemies, right? They can help you a lot. And the fourth one, he said, look around you. You can detect some bad things that are happening between the people do to each other. So if you see this, I mean, avoid what you see. Don't do those bad treatments and bad situations that you experience yourself or see it happening in front of you and you feel it's bad, and you don't do it to the others. Right? Anyhow, so one of the ways of you raising up yourself, bringing change and renaissance, sometimes you have to listen to those who hate you and those who envy you, because they can find easily some of the mistakes, and then you learn from them. You learn from those. Their intention to hurt you, those enviers and haters, their intention to hurt you, it does not really hurt you. It only hurts them. Right? The Sheikh was trying to tell us to don't turn to be sad and gloomy because people attack you. When they attack you like this, it only hurts them. It doesn't hurt you. These are their hasanat. They are giving them to you. That's what it is. And you benefited from what they said. So why are you mad when you got corrected and your enemies got hurt now? Their hasanat, you're going to get their hasanat in the akhirah. So why are you mad? Are you really a believer in the akhirah and the jannah and all of that? Is trying to console the believers here. He said, ومع تكرار المحاولات الجادة. You need to repeat the serious trials. You need to try again, and be serious in your trials. وعدم اليأس من النجاح, and not despairing from success. You tried again. It's not easy to change bad habits. You have to try again and again. Never despair, never lose hope of success. He said, وسياسة النفس الطويل, the policy of long breath. This is an idiom even in English, I think translated mostly. They say have a long breath. Take your time. Be patient. Right? Be patient. So you have to have this policy of long breath. Don't think you're going to change bad habits overnight. Try again. Have a policy of long breath. والصبر على مرارة المجاهدة. And being patient with the bitterness of striving and fighting, striving hard. والمقاومة لمعاول هدم المثبطين. You have to fight back also. مقاومة. You have to have resistance. Resistance, مقاومة. To what? معاول. معاول is the plural of معول. معول is the axe. The axe, the pickaxe. The pickaxe of who? You are fighting against the pickaxe of who? The pickaxe of al-muthabbitin, those who are trying to frustrate you and demoralize you. Right? They're trying to break up, with their axes. They're trying to break up your dreams and your efforts. والمقاومة لمعاول هدم المثبطين. You have to fight back against those axes, the destroying axes of the people who try to demoralize you, try to frustrate you, try to thwart your efforts towards change. والصلابة في مواجهة هجوم المشككين. You have to have solidarity. صلابة, صلب. صلب, صلابة, صلب, حديد, the steel, حديد الصلب, steel. صلابة, solidarity, being tough. في مواجهة هجوم المشككين, in facing the attacks of the doubters. They try to doubt, cast doubts on your efforts. Fight them, fight their doubts. ليستقيم الخلق يستقيم من الخلق معوج على مدار السنين. So that what has been crooked معوج ما اعوج, what has been crooked على مدار السنين, over the circles, madar, or the revolvement of the time, because the time is running, and those bad characters that became crooked, in order for you to straighten out those characters and behaviors that got crooked over the passage of the years, you need to do all of this so that you achieve straightening the behaviors that got crooked over the passage of the years. ويصلح من الطبع ما فسد مع كر الجديدين. And so that the طبع, the nature that got messed up with, right, the customs that got corrupted, ما فسد, will become rectified. يصلح ويصلح من الطبع ما فسد مع كر الجديدين, over the passage of the time. الجديدين يعني night and day. جديد is new, right? But every day you have a new day and a new night. So they call them الجديدين, the two new things, right? Morning and evening, morning and evening. So along with the passage of the night and day, if you do what he advised, then the behavior and the character that got crooked, it will be straightened out, and your customs and habits that got corrupted, they will be rectified along with the passage of the night and day. طيب, he said ونخبة العلم. نخبة is what is selected, what is picked, يعني through selection, يعني you select something. نخبة, نخبة نخبة العلم, what is picked and selected from the knowledge, is من الفأل السيء أن يظل الطبع السيء مع صاحبه حتى يدخل به قبره, والعياذ بالله, حتى يدخل به إلى قبره. It is from the bad omen that the bad habit, the bad custom, remains with the one who has it up until he goes with it into his grave. والعياذ بالله. Right? أن يظل الطبع السيء. Here there's a printing mistake here with the كسرة. It should be a ضمة. أن يظل الطبع السيء, not السيء. الطبع السيء مع صاحبه حتى يدخل به إلى قبره. It's a bad thing that bad habit remains with the one who has it till he goes into his grave. يعني you don't want that to happen. You want to change the bad habits. You don't want them to accompany you all your life, and then even in your grave, and they go with you in your grave. You need to change that. So someone is neglecting to seek knowledge. He needs to fight hard and start learning to seek knowledge. Someone is not doing the dhikr as he should be and he's neglectful. He should fight against that, and get away from the habit is watch for a long time, and waste time for a long time, just nothing, just looking at the ceiling and looking from the window passing by. you know how many cars have passed, 10 white ones and 3 blue ones, and 10 people with a beard and one without. I mean, just because they openly say killing time, right? Just to kill time, right? And the likes of that. So maybe years and years will pass without any trying to change any bad habit. So if there is something bad and you're not benefiting from it, or it's hurting you, you need to change that. You need to change that. So that was, and especially if you reach the last third of your life, and then you have those bad habits with you, and now they are going to go with you into your grave. And what a disappointment, right? So if you don't change it, try to change them now. When are you going to try to change them? So that was for today. And tomorrow's topic is kun sa'idan. Be happy. Right? Be happy. Huh? Be happy. That's the topic of tomorrow. يعني. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. صلى اللهم وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله